All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this is a viewer request video, and all I can really say is, sweet Jesus, my goodness. I mean, just look at this thing, right? Like, I will be so honest, I have not made a single dollar on this stock, and I very much regret it. But it goes back to how much I stress. Man, there are better and smarter traders than me commenting on my videos for sure. And nothing is financial advice, whether it's from me or any of the comments or anyone throwing any tickers anywhere. But like, I know I've seen this tick. I had plenty of chances to jump in and I didn't. And hey, we all, you can't catch them all, right? Shit, Pokemon, baby. But nonetheless, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on here. But I mean, sweet Jesus, one last time, all right? Before we go any further, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There was one, and you can see what happens when you break a horizontal resistance line, all right? And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this thing, drop your own comments, be one of the smarter ones that I was talking about, Anything you can do really does help with the YouTube algorithms, but for real, I do appreciate you being here and giving me your time, all right? Let's get going. And again, there's just so much to like here. And really, there are a couple really fundamental things that I often talk about, all right? Anything can happen in a horizontal cluster of moving averages. This literally had all 5 of them. All right. And I've often said it. You either violently get shot up like we see here, or just a quick example, not picking on this one, I just know it. You violently get shot down. And again, you can see all 5 lines were right here. All right. Playing the moving average break game, ooh, it really can bring you big wild gains or some big silly losses, right? But again, if you know how to use stop losses and all that, you can very much limit the exposure, all right? And man, so much good things. Obviously, I do wish I would have drawn another line right here, right? And again, you can see it. Once you smash this one, there was still a bunch of good things happening, right? But yeah, we test the 200, fail, kind of hit it, actually break it, then run, right? And it's something I often talk about. Like just look. It's been a good while since we were under that 200 line. It's also had a really good run above all the moving averages, so it actually knows how to do what it looks like it's doing right now, right? Like, it's important to know the history of the stock. Oftentimes, when I look at new ones, all they do is drop, right? Like, this bad boy went from roughly September all the way until February of the next year above the moving averages. This thing can hold the moving averages when it's its friend, and then it can for sure stay under them, right? So, yeah, this is moving average theory, right? Break the lines and run, baby. From there, look, and it's funny. I threw it in the comments, right? This thing had an RSI at 96, all right? Day before, 93. Day before, 83, right? Like, those are, I generally start ringing the bell around 80, right? Around 80, I'm like, this thing is oversold, right? It breaks all the way up to almost 100, then it comes back down to basically the high 70s, 80s. And I said it in the comments. I said it just sharded. I'm gonna give you I hope everyone knows it was you, right? But dude, this thing literally calmed down from the 90s to the 70s just to go back into the 90s. And like, that's wild. It really is. But again, what I basically saw here was a good up, a very bad down, but the confirmation never hit. We never even had to come to the 8 moving average, right? Like I don't watch Star Wars, I'll be honest with you, but there was this like use the force thing right here, and it was like, you don't even have to come, I got you, baby. And then when I literally said again on the comments, you can go to it over the weekend, if it broke the 5-2 candle, that bad boy just gap the 5-2 candle, it should keep running. And it did, right? So the crazy thing really is, I mean, am I supposed to sit like, again, my how do I say this? Like, okay, this does look good. We're over all 5 moving averages. MACD looks good. It's in the zero. Volume is actually going up really well. This thing, I'm like, look at this, only a little sprint. Like, it's been a very good buy fest for a minute, right? My just general, I don't know, and I think I have to go to the weekly a little bit to set some expectation. Let's set some resistance. Oh Jesus, that's right. I also remembered saying this. We closed just under the 100 moving average, excuse me, on the weekly, and I was curious to see if we were actually going to go over at the start of the week or if we were going to come back down into it. And man, ooh, excuse me, I've got the hiccups. Sorry about that. Shit, let me draw some resistance lines. And again, these are off the weekly, which I kind of don't like. I really like more daily resistance lines. Let me draw that. What's your 50% candle? Oh, we're pretty much there already. Sweet Jesus. All right, let me go to the daily real quick. Let me go to the daily real quick. Fuck. Okay, I think these are the lines I'm going to draw. Yeah, that's a good line. And then that's a good line. Okay, so, like, how do I say this? For me to enter, I probably need another one of these red candles, all right? Like, for real, this could drop another fat double digit tomorrow. I'm actually not here saying that it might not, but I don't like chasing the dragon, all right? I've said that on so many videos before. Like, I would much like, again, I very much regret not looking at this in the morning because I said all the right things and like I didn't even look, let alone like, whew, damn, I'm kind of like mad at myself while I'm making this video if you want to know the truth, right? But for if you're already in this, honestly, I'm expecting this to go to 1313 because just look at what's happening in this little channel that we just drew, right? This is a plateau, so it does make me believe 1313 is pretty strong. After this little plateau, just a red, 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 red down, green, 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 green up, red, 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 red down. Like there's not a lot happening between this, right? We're almost halfway, a little less, we'll call it a third of the way, right? I think the other 2/3 should fill. All right. I don't know if we're going to break the 1313 because, again, there is a plateau right here. There's a plateau right here. And sweet Jesus, it's an 87, right? Like, I still have to ring the oversold bell, right? What I very, very selfishly want is this thing to come back down to 9, right? Come back down to this basically 10 cents, lose a 10%, and maybe I would come back in from this line up, all right? What, again, selfishly, I would really like is this thing to come back down to the 8 moving average, but I do believe that's asking way, way too much, you know what I mean? So super, super happy for you guys making the money in this one, but I just can't chase the dragon. That's not my style at all, you know what I mean? But oh man, this is really nice on the daily. This is nice on the weekly as well. And I mean, look, we are over all 5 moving averages on the weekly, right? Obviously, this is the first week over the 100, the 5th line. I need next week to confirm that we're actually over it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this man, I am mad at myself. It's really what's happening. And one more time, there are smarter people and much better traders than me actually commenting on my videos, which is wildly badass in all honesty. You know what I mean? Okay, let's look at ILAG. And I see what's going on here. At first, I was looking at this like, why am I looking at this stock? But yeah, we're playing a really interesting game, and what I want you to look at is right here. All right, the 200 moving average just became in existence. If I click right here in the box to the left, there are only 4 lines. We just hit the 200th day of trading. This thing just became a real thing, and that is what stopped this run right here. All right. What am I basically seeing? First and foremost, let me zoom out, right? Like I actually don't know much about this stock. It's obviously a pretty new stock. My real genuine issue, my first thing, and I have to call it out, is this volume. That's really low volume, and you know what I'm going to see, right? When I come into the minute chart, I don't like seeing this, all right? I hate seeing the dashes on the minute because look, right here, volume was 0.000. Zeros, like no one's trading this stock for minutes, and then all of a sudden someone's buying 4,000 shares, literally spent like $4,000 on a single buy. I mean, I'm not here to say that's a little bit of money, right? I don't want to like money shame anyone, right? But a $4,000 buy on any stock should not make that significant a candle. You know what I mean? So This is what I call shady trading, all right? And again, I'm not here telling you don't buy shady stocks. Just at least know you're playing with fire if you're playing with fire. The name of the game right now is don't lose the 100 moving average. And we did lose it today, but I don't care about a single day, right? I need confirmation tomorrow, right? From there, in all honesty, we shouldn't go much lower than this 119, 118 line. Like these two lines should be hard to lose. And I can see it coming here and maybe bouncing again one more time. But look, what I gotta call out, let me not even have to zoom out. We do not break the 100, we break the 100, we don't confirm, we break the 100, we don't confirm. We still haven't broken and confirmed this 100 moving average line. All right, so the whole story really is here. All right, and again, if we don't do it tomorrow, and do it tomorrow basically means like I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to set my alert for 142. I liked 142. We'll do 143. We don't need to be greedy. All right. What I basically did was I roughly called that 50% candle right there. I think if we can close and get up here, that would be great, right? And again, I need to do it twice, but if we can get here, the next expectation would be we're going to try to get to the 200, right? That's moving average theory. Break this, then break this, then break this, then break this, then break this, right? So hopefully we've messed with the 100, right? But it's been a good while, and actually a never broken with confirmation for this bad boy, right? So not too much more I need to say. Again, the whole story also really is volume. This bad boy has super low volume. For whatever silly reason, this thing went into the 5 and 10 millions, more than 10 million on this day, right? 13 million, and then back down to just over 100,000, right? So whatever interest happened here obviously has faded away the last 5 days, but we haven't given up the 100 so drastically that I think game's over. I do think we're going to come down to 118, 119. But again, I don't care about anything other than under 143, 142. I forgot what I set my alert for. But hey, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, hey, thank you.